Alright, welcome back to the channel. So, I wanted to do a video highlighting the 50, 40, 90 stat category achievement in the NBA because to me this achievement is truly underrated and it doesn't get that much appreciation that it should, in my opinion, because it represents extreme high level shooting efficiency across all shot types, because that's what it is. It's a player who shoots at least 50% from the field, 40% from three-point range, and 90% from the foul line. It's a very difficult benchmark to achieve. So it just shows you how exceptional a player is at shooting the basketball across all over the court. Not many players achieve this stat category. Only 9 players in NBA history achieve the 50, 40, 90 benchmark for a season. Those players are Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Malcolm Brogdon, Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, Steve Nash, Mark Price, and Dirk Nowitzki. Only 9 players in NBA history. In the 75 plus years so far, only 9 players got this. So it goes to show you how hard it is to shoot efficient from the field across all levels. And let's start with my guy Kyrie. As you see, Kyrie Irving, he made the 50, 40, 90 club by shooting 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 92% from the foul line during the 2020 to 2021 NBA season. Kyrie, one of the most accurate shooters ever. The man could score in different type of ways. Let's see how the Mavericks do with him being the team's main scorer. Now that of course, the Luka and AD trade just happened, so we'll see what Dallas does. They're definitely one of the best teams in the Western Conference, so they just went to the championship, and we'll see how that works. With AD, they still got Clay, of course, but they're definitely gonna do something. But that's a video for that's a topic for another video. But yeah, Kyrie, he achieved it in the 2021 NBA season, and he came close many other seasons as well. As we see, one season he was so close, he just shot, look at that, close to 90% from the foul line. He shot 88%. One season he shot 88% again. And one season he shot, his rookie season, he shot 39.9% from 3. So Kyrie's always shooting efficient from 3-point land, always in the high 30s to the low 40 percentile range, ever since his rookie year. So Kyrie, man, the guy can score in the post as a 6'2" guard, and a lot of people say post scoring is somewhat of a lost art in the NBA today, but look it up. Kyrie is backing down, hitting post moves, looking like a 6'2" Kobe, man. The guy can score in the low post, high post. Kyrie he's just a scary scorer, man. I'm telling y'all, just extremely elite. In the way he finishes around the basket, he's probably the best little man, quote unquote. I'll say 6'2" and under scorer around the basket. The way he can finish with both his left and right. Sometimes he would switch the ball to his other hand, flip it off the backboard with the other hand. Like, it's just crazy. We call it jelly. He likes to hit people with the jelly. That's what we call it in the playgrounds. If you play pickup ball or you play in the park, a player that's moving their body around, doing double clutch layups, man, we know that's Kyrie's bread and butter when it comes to basketball. And of course, we know he's known for hitting them threes. He hit one of the best clutchest shot in NBA history, the 2016 Game 7 game winner on Steph Curry to help the Cavaliers win that championship. He hit that dagger 3-pointer, and it is without a doubt, in my opinion, the clutchest shot in league history. So Kyrie, man, can score the ball in so many different ways, and I definitely believe he's going to get this 50, 40, 90 achievement one season again before he retires for sure. But without a doubt, I got him achieving it again. But yeah, Kyrie, he made it. made the 50-40-90 club in 2021. So, my boy Kevin Durant, my fellow PG County, Maryland native, he made the 50-40-90 club twice in his career. So, KD, we know, one of the best scorers ever, one of the most elite scorers. I say he's the most elite scorer in NBA history because at his size, KD's like I call him a power forward shooting guard. He's a power forward who has guard-like skills. He has better ball handling than most guards in the NBA. He can shoot the three ball like Steph. He can shoot from way beyond the arc. But what I like about KD, he doesn't just settle for threes. When you look at his game, you can just look at his averages. For his career, he takes about, as you see, 5 3-point attempts, but he makes 2 of them for his career. So he doesn't really jack that many threes. But when he does, he makes most of it. So he made the 50-40-90 club in the 2012 to 2013 season, and also again in the 2022 to 2023 NBA season as well. So KD, he's the top 10 shooter of all time. Big guy, gets buckets. And in one season, as we saw, Kevin Durant, he shot 53% from 3 in the 2022 to 2023 season. So KD is different, yo. Kevin Durant is different, man. 4-time scoring champ. Not many players can lead the league in scoring multiple times. Only a few can do it. It goes to show you how great of a bucket getter KD is, man. And I call him the most elite again because he's just a guard he's just a big man that has guard skills, bro. Can shoot threes, mid range. He has that high release. You can't block it. You can't contest it. It's just, and then he kind of adopted, Dirk's fade, that one-legged, putting that one leg in front of you, creating even more space, like he doesn't really need. But that's just what he does, bro. KD, just an elite bucket getter, man. But yeah, he made the 50-40-90 club twice, making him one of the few players to achieve that. This is stat category multiple times. So let's start with the homie Stephen Curry. The man's the best 3-point shooter of all time. There's no argument right there. So Steph, he made the 50-40-90 club in the 2015-2016 NBA season. He shot 50% from the field, 45% from 3, and 91% from the foul line. Amazing. Simply amazing, yo. Steph Curry, man. His 3-point record, I don't think will ever be broken. It just adds on every single time he plays. He's just adding to it. Like, bro, it's just ridiculous, bro. But, yeah, Steph Curry, one of the most accurate shooters ever, man. He almost made the 50-40-90 club multiple seasons as well. He's come extremely close. But every single season, as we see, he's shooting somewhere in the high 90 percentile range for free throws. That's really hard to achieve. People underestimate how hard it is to make some free throws, bro. You got to have great, consistent technique, and Steph Curry just has it down packed, man. His muscle memory is it's just astonishing, because that's really what shooting is, muscle memory, shooting and just being able to shoot the ball extremely accurately. That's just what he does. That's his bread and butter. And Malcolm Brogdon made the 50-40-90 club. When I did my research on this one, it kind of shocked me, because I knew about the other players, but I'm like, oh, Malcolm Brogdon made it? But he's always been a great player, man. He's always been a great shooter. And he made it in the 2019 NBA season. So, Malcolm Brogdon that year, he shot 51%, close to 51% from the field, 42% from 3, and he shot 93% from the foul line. Just accurate, dude. Just super accurate. He's always been a consistent player, always averaging double digits for his career. Right now, he's balling out for the Wizards. He's playing really well there. I was surprised when he left Boston after that season because he was playing really good for them. I thought he was going to stay there for a while, but hey, sometimes that's just how the NBA is. But yeah, he made the 50-40-90 club, so he's there in NBA history. One of the hardest achievements to get while playing in the NBA. So he's there in the history books. So shout out to Malcolm Brogdon, man. And let's talk about Larry Legend Bird, the greatest small forward ever. I don't want nobody to try to debate that because look what this man did. 24 points, 10 boards, 6 assists for his career. Come on. 3 chips. Three-time MVP back to back to back. Man, Larry Legend. So he's the one that really ushered in this 50-40-90 club stat because he's the first one to achieve it. And he did it twice in back-to-back seasons. So Bird achieved the 50-40-90 club achievement in the 1986-1987 season and also in the 1987-1988 season. So in the first season he achieved it, the 87 season, he shot 53% from the field, 40% from 3, and 91% from the foul line. And in the 88 season, he shot 53% from the field again, 41% from 3, and he shot 92% from the foul line. Bird, one of the greatest clutch shooters ever. If you ask me there's 2 players I had to choose to be the most clutch shooters of all time, it's between Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. And you could probably make the argument and say Larry Bird is a better clutch shooter than Michael Jordan because Bird can shoot the 3-ball better than MJ. So he probably is the clutchest shooter ever. I'm telling you, bro. Bird was just a dog, man. He was a killer on the court, man. Bird was different, man. I love his game. Just an all-around great basketball player and just a great shooter of the ball, man. There'll never be another Larry Bird. Never. So shout out Bird, man. And let's talk about Reggie Miller. New York Knicks fans, they hate this guy. But what Reggie did in his career was just amazing, man. He played 18 seasons. He was at one point, the all-time 3-point leader before Ray Allen broke it. Then, of course, we know Steph Curry broke it. So he's without a doubt top 3 shooter of all time as well. But yeah, Reggie Miller, he made the 50-40-90 club in the 1993-1994 season by shooting 50% from the field, 42% from 3, and 91% from the foul line. Look at that. In multiple seasons as well, he shot 91% from the foul line and leading the league. Of course, Brad, we know what he does as a 3-point shooter. That was his specialist. That was his bread and butter. He was a 3-point specialist when playing basketball. That was his play style. So, Reggie, one of the best shooters ever. And let's talk about my boy, Steve Nash, yo. So, man, Nash, he made the 50-40-90 club. He's probably the GOAT of this 50-40-90 club achievement because he made it 4 times in his career. He achieved shooting 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the foul line 4 different times in his NBA career. First time he did it was in the 05-06 season, his second MVP season. He did it by, shooting really efficient from the field, of course. He did it by shooting. Go back to it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, he shot 51% from the field, 44% from 3, and he shot 92% from the foul line. Just ridiculous, just ridiculous. And he did it again in the 07-08 season by shooting 50% from the field, 47% from 3, 91% from the foul line. And he did it in the 08-09 season by shooting 50% from the field, 44% from 3, and 93% from the foul line. And the last time he made it was in the 09 to 2010 season by shooting 51% from the field, 43% from 3, and 94% from the foul line. Shout out to Steve Nash, 2-time MVP, great player. And the way he could score, he had that He was also good at finishing around the basket as well. He wasn't just taking a bunch of mid-range jumpers. Nash was known for that. You know that when he would have the ball in his hand and then he would stretch it all the way to the basket to do that. His favorite finger roll shot. Nash had one of the best finger roll shots ever. It was crazy how he could get that off. And also he was known for that, one-legged floater / runner type shot. I remember being younger as a kid trying to copy that in the backyard. Like, Nash was so cold. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. He won 2 MVPs for a reason. One of the best players ever, man. One of the best shooters, man. So shout out Steve Nash, man. 4 times he made the 50, 40, 90 club. And talk about a player, in my opinion, who doesn't get that much credit in his career. Mark Price. Look what he was doing in his prime. He was getting, 16-6, 19-8, 19-9. But prime Mark Price was cold too, yo. He don't get enough credit. But Mark Price, he made the 50, 40, 90 club in the 1988-1989 season by shooting 53% from the field, 44% from 3, and 90% from the foul line. Mark Price, one of the best shooters ever, man. I love the way his jump shot looks. He has nice textbook mechanic on it. And he made it the 50, 40, 90 club for a reason, man. Great point guard, man. So shout out to Mark Price. And lastly, let's talk about the tall baller from the G, Dirk Nowitzki. He had one of the best playoff runs ever. That 2011 playoff run was just insane. They beat, the Lakers, OKC, that young OKC team with Harden, KD, and Russ, and Ibaka. Man, that team was cold, man. He was beating all the good teams. And then they go on to beat the Miami Heat, Big Three, one of the best teams ever. Braun, Bosh, Wade. Dirk, his run was just astonishing. What he was doing in 2011, man. They beat the best of the best teams. So definitely one of the best championship ever in NBA history. But Dirk made the 50, 40, 90 club as well. And he did it in the 2006-2007 season. The same season he won the MVP award. As we see, Dirk shot 50% from the field, 42% from 3, and 90% from the foul line. Shout out to Dirk, man. Dirk Nowitzki, man. The tall baller from the G. Man, his one-legged fadeaway, that was his bread and butter. Dirk, he was low-key dunking on people. People don't look it up. He wasn't just a shooter. Dirk was dunking on people. He's 7 foot tall, 7'1". He got, of course, crazy length, dunking on people. But as his game, as he got older, he changed up his game a little bit. And he definitely took more jump shots. But yeah, he could shoot the ball, he could shoot the 3. Definitely one of the first true stretch bigs in the NBA. The man scored over 25,000 career points, man. So shout out to Dirk, man. One of the best shooters ever. But yeah, man, I wanted to just make that video, man. Just highlight these great players, man, that achieved this the 50, 40, 90 club stat category achievement, because a lot of people don't talk about it. They always talk about, MVPs, of course, and other individual awards, but for some reason, a lot of people sleep on this achievement. I don't know why. Again, I love players that can shoot the basketball, and most of these players, I just love their games. I love watching them hoop for a reason, and just because they can just shoot the ball and score on all 3 levels in different type of ways, and they do it extremely accurately. People always like to talk about shooters and stuff, but are they shooting the ball accurately? Hey, these players always do it. But yeah, you guys tell me your thoughts and opinions on the 50, 40, 90 club stat achievement. Do you agree with me that it is also criminally underrated? And do you think some people should definitely talk about this achievement more? And just what are your thoughts on all of these players and shooting efficient from the field overall? All right. Again, tell me your thoughts and opinions. Till next video.